Hello friends, how's it going? I'm Alex Arks and today I'm bringing you some more Destiny, and today I'm going to be bringing you the exotic rocket launcher that is Dragon's Breath. Now all these Vex guys have just spawned in, unknowing to the fact that I am going to unleash fiery death upon them. Oh yeah. This is Dragon's Breath. It's a DLC rocket launcher. Um, Basically, its main effect is it has a solar afterburn that kind of hangs around after the rocket has gone off. Pretty neat idea for a weapon. It looks really neat. You can see the exhausts on the side go kind of red hot after we fired and then cool down just like that. So it's really nice looking. Some interesting mechanics with it as well, with the solar flare. Unfortunate thing is, it is a rocket launcher, so you can't main it all the time, but solar flare, it adds something to it. Let me just back away. Hopefully my teammate will help me during this strike. Let me just get to a safe distance, and let me pull up the sheet for it. So here we are, Dragon's Breath Exotic Rocket Launcher. Now, like I said, it's part of the DLC, The Dark Below, which is why it's got that little 1 in the corner there. And we can see that we have the stats for this rocket launcher. Low rate of fire, massive blast radius. That's quite a high blast radius. You can in fact max it out by picking the right upgrades in the tree. Velocity is pretty low. I'm sure actually that I have upgraded that. Yeah, standard, you're looking at a really low velocity for a rocket launcher, so I put on Javelin just to increase its speed basically. Now, looking at the rest of it, stability, semi-okay. Reload speed, not too bad either. We can see that we have the special abilities for this rocket. This launcher's tube can hold 3 shells, and rounds fired from this weapon leave a solar flare upon detonation. Now, quite a few rocket launchers in this game have that 3 rockets to a tube perk, so that's not special. But what is special is the solar flare burn afterwards. That's really great for just leaving lingering damage on enemies. Now, unfortunately, I have actually not got any ammo for this gun, so I'm just going to run about with it. Get rid of some of these enemies. How has he died? Come on, son. Get on your feet. Oh, I think there's some heavy there. Right. Get this axis down. Or not. Die! So yeah, like I said, the solar burn, it's quite a nice addition. It's a very similar, if not the same effect as that from solar grenades that the Sunsinger has. So, I mean, anyone who's used that will know that there is a slight problem with the fact that enemies will path away, out and away of the solar burn. So it's really difficult to get too much of a grand effect from that that solar burn ability. I mean, notably, the only enemies you can really pull it off on are stationary ones, such as Shriekers, I think, and basically use it as like to block doorways, etc. As enemies are not going to push through the solar burn to get to you. It's kind of not a problem, but it makes it a very kind of specialist weapon in that respect. Compare it to some other, well, the 2 other exotic rocket launchers such as Truth and Gjallarhorn, you're looking at a rocket that really comparatively underperforms just on that front. The special ability is as interesting as it is. Let's get a hit on these Hydras. That flare is only going to be doing damage as long as those Hydras stay in, but you can see they've both just pathed away from it. So, you know, it's not ideal, to say the least. Don't get me wrong, this rocket packs one hell of a punch, and it has a massive area of effect. I can't believe I missed that. That was just stupid. But yeah, that solar flare is really problematic, seeing as it's the one thing that's making this weapon an exotic weapon, an exotic rocket launcher. To have an ability that really enemies can avoid pretty easily isn't ideal. Like I said, with the other exotic rocket launchers, we've got Truth, that has aggressive seeking, which is both really handy in PvP and PvE. And then you've just got Gjallarhorn, which by all accounts seems to be the best weapon in this game. It's got hunting, tracking rounds that split off from the rocket. It's very ridiculously powerful in anything PvE related, so it's hard to see where Dragon's Breath is going to be more useful than those other rockets. To be fair, I don't think it is. You know, it is a very, very nice looking rocket launcher with the whole kind of Spitfire mouth motif on it. You know, the sight, the red exhausts that flare up after you fired a shot. It's all very nice, very good looking, nice kind of animations and stuff, but at the end of the day, the rocket, it just plays like a normal other rocket. The solar flare really doesn't have too much of an effect. With a rocket launcher, you're expecting to either kill something outright very quickly, and therefore the solar flare has no advantage thereafter, or if you're using it against a boss, he's just going to path straight out of that flare zone, and it's going to be a fairly pointless use of an exotic rocket launcher. So it's kind of a mixed message with Dragon's Breath in that respect. Looking at it from a PvP point of view, I don't know. I've never seen anyone really using Dragon's Breath. Once again, because it doesn't have that hunter tracking ability that Gjallarhorn and Truth seem to have, this gun is you know, you'd have to be really good, really accurate, and you know, for the special ability, the solar flare, I mean, you'd have to be using this strategically rather than actually just wanting kills. You'd want to be putting it in doorways, on objectives and other such things. Maybe you'll catch enemies out and they'll burn and die, but you know, why would you want to not have something like Gjallarhorn or Truth that will instantly lock on, has a massive blast radius, and will put enemies down very, very quickly in the Crucible? It's a bit of a weird one. I know prior to it actually being released, everyone was looking at Dragon's Breath going, this gun could be amazing, the solar flare, it's going to be so damaging, but it's in fact no stronger than the solar flare left from the Sunsinger solar grenade, so it's really kind of tame for what it is. I mean, the rocket is the main part of the payload, and you know, why wouldn't you use something like Truth or Gjallarhorn that has much better abilities in both PvP and PvE? I'm not hating on this rocket launcher, it just seems almost a bit redundant putting it into the mix alongside the other rocket launchers that are in this game. Once again, I mean, you can see it there, it does look really nice. The exhaust flaring is really nice. It is nice to use, but the solar flare ability, since it doesn't stick, it doesn't like burn enemies, it's like an area of effect, then it's not like stuck to them. That's kind of an issue with this. They can path out of it way too easy, and then the bonus effect of the solar flare is negligible. So you got to question, is it worth it? I'd use it day to day, doing bounties, doing strikes like I am now, but for doing anything else, raid-wise, or even Nightfall and PvP, Crucible, I'd be using Truth instead, just because of that aggressive seek and proximity detonation as well. All in all, it is a great rocket launcher, but not one for the serious PvP players or the serious PvE players either. It's a shame I had to kind of end it on a negative, but it is a great rocket launcher, don't get me wrong, it is cool, it is nice. If you can pick it up, you know, feel free to, because it is a fun rocket launcher to use. Zer's already sold it, I believe. He'll probably be selling it again at some point. That cheeky guy just got a legendary engram. I've done most of this strike from the start, and then he's just run in and just cheek of some people. Anyway, yeah, Zer will probably be selling this again. You'll be able to pick it up from Nightfalls, from your raids, as drops from the final bosses, etc. So, yeah, if you can get hold of one, don't dismantle it. It is an okay rocket launcher at the end of the day. But you know, like I said, it is just okay. It's not a Gjallarhorn or Truth. Uh, those are the two better ones. The two ones that were the originals are still the best. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Please like, share, and comment. What are your thoughts on Dragon's Breath? Is it anything or everything you thought it would be, or is it just a bit of a letdown? Please share your comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It does really help me out, knowing that people are watching and, you know, wanting to stay watching and, you know, keep up with my content. Anyway, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!